This is Ian Charles with the South Florida Insider. We're here, SOBEWFF 2019, one and only Adam Richman.
Thank you so much for having me.
I got to tell you one thing, out of everybody coming here this year, and especially being born in Miami, representing Joe Robbie, you don't see Pro Player Stadium, you don't see Sun Life, Land Shark, none of that. You see Joe Robbie.
Absolutely. No, Dan Marino has been a hero of mine since I was like a kid. In fact, I still have the starting lineup figure my father bought me on my desk to this day. So I love it. And the fact that like a matter of weeks ago, I was shaking hands with Mark Duper and John Offerdahl still blows my mind. So it's always really special. My family has links to this area. My Uncle Eli lived on Biscayne Boulevard. My aunt and uncle are here. They came in from Boynton. My grandmother lived in Boca and then lived in Lauderhill and Inverary Plantation. I used to date a girl who was part of the family that ran Versailles. Shout out to the Fowles family.
Amen.
Gabriella, I'm sorry. And
some of the best Cuban.
Some of the best. And take that as you will. And no, I love this city dearly, dearly.
And John Offerdahl, great guy. We always do his Gridiron Grill, and he has some more things coming up inside. We talked to him earlier. Great guy.
Absolutely.
We actually met with you a couple years ago doing a Super Bowl event down here in Miami, representing Don Shula's.
That's the other thing too, is that people will sometimes have a go at the Dolphins because their record and because we've got through so many coaches and stuff. But that's the thing about Miami, especially about the Dolphins, that I love, is that there is, like, you're not a bandwagon fan. You can't be a front runner, and it is about passion. And there is this legacy with names like Mercury Morris and
Absolutely.
Nick Bonaconti, Zonka, Kick, Greasy, and Shula, and I think that's the thing, that there's a sense of sort of adventure to that team. There's a sense of love, and there's a kind of accessibility. In fact, true story, Jarvis Landry came to my little cousin's bat mitzvah, and he hung out with all the kids. He took every selfie, and like that to me is what typifies that organization, And yes, I know the Hillary Clintons still are stronger together, so I say fins up.
And just about that camaraderie, I know a lot of people, your Man vs. Food resonated so much with them, and we saw it here just when you entered the stage. Do you still love that and see that such a part of you, or have you gone to like the next chapter? Or?
You are so grateful in this business to have one fan. Maybe in the beginning, and that's the truth. I was just telling my aunt and uncle can attest to this. No one tells you like how to become quote unquote famous. No one tells you how to go from walking into a room and no one caring about you to people wanting a picture with you. And the truth is, I couldn't afford cable till I got on cable, and in the beginning, maybe you get a little bit, you want to be seen as you, and you get on a soapbox, but I've lived enough now to realize what a blessing it is that any show I've done made anybody passionate about food, passionate about travel, and to know that every business on all my shows has done a 70 to 300% increase in business during one of the worst economic times for independent restaurants. It's just an honor, and it's a really great legacy. And you have to also remember, Man vs. Food provided so many jobs within, a very competitive film and TV industry in New York City, and to have employed as many people as my shows have had, and to brought business to independent mom and pop shops. It's like, what do you want on your tombstone? Like, Adam Richman, he hosted Man vs. Food. I'll take it.
But I'll go one step further, where you see a lot of it where it was almost like, for a while, Food Network and Cooking Channel cornered the market. You put Travel Channel on the map.
Thank you. I was standing on the shoulders of giants. The late, great Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmern were my mentors. And Tony had just come from Food Network barely a year earlier. Andrew was El Jefe when I got to Travel Channel. And those two men, I was tomato ketchup. And Andrew and Tony were so generous. And Andrew is still not just a mentor, but a dear friend. And so I'm honored that you think so, but truly, Travel Channel, I used to call it the Gang of Three, because truly, the new show that I have now on Destination America, Secret Eats, you're filming an international show and you're able to call up and text Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmern about where to go and what do I focus on. I hitched my wagon to a star, you know what I mean? I'm riding the Commons tail.
So some places for people to look for in the future with you on that show,
Absolutely. So Secret Eats, it's in 34 countries right now. It's on Destination America, I heard most recently. Obviously follow me on the social, the majors. It's at Adam Richman, across the whatever. Andrew Zimmern and I actually have created a show together, so we're just looking for a domestic partner for it now. And I've been volunteering a lot, so I'm cooking with the Bowery Mission and part of their Don't Walk By, and Clear Path for Veterans.
Well, we thank you. Miami loves you. We all love you, and best
you back.
in all your endeavors.